All right, we've got a live feed here today. It's not general that I do live feeds. I've been pretty busy lately. We're in the middle of trying to do a move. I have a lot of irons in the fire right now. I have a particularly exciting business venture that's coming up here locally. However, with the travel restrictions and with the shop shutting down and stuff, it's kind of just been a thing where, it's still going to go through, but I'm just kind of waiting on my hunches there. So I thought I'd be on today for a little bit just to do some free readings and kind of talk generally about what's going on these days. So I see that we have 3 viewers. Hello. Pinky Lee, why did your niece Jamie call you yesterday? I don't know. Let's see. So I was, again, thought that I might just get on for some free readings and kind of see what comes out. So let's talk about Pinky Lee. Jamie called you. Nine of Air, along with the Knight of Earth. So Jamie is concerned. Jamie maybe had a dream or is been really having a lot of thoughts about you lately. He knows that you are a good person and is trying to play that guardian angel role. So I really feel like when you connect with Jamie, you're going to be finding out that she's just really wanting to check up on you and to make sure that you're okay, because she may be even say, I had a bad feeling. Hi, Jessica. Welcome, dearie. How are things? Yeah, Pinky, I think Jamie's just concerned. I think everybody's kind of just concerned right now, right? Yeah, so 5 of Earth is inverted. It's telling us that we don't have to worry about poverty. We don't have to worry about sickness. We don't have to worry about anything to do with that right now, because skilled work is rewarded. So take your time to think about and to really assess the situations around you and make sure that they're supporting you. If they are, and if you've been doing a lot of the emotional work lately, you'll find that in the coming months, you're really going to see a return on that. You're going to feel a lot better about your upcoming situations. I love Arizona tea, by the way. Yeah, everything is really kind of stressful right now, isn't it? So this deck that I have is the Lawns Tarot. Now, I have been doing readings for people, but honestly, a lot of my readings have been limited a little bit lately, and it's because the global general vibe is down. Like, everybody is so down right now that it's really hard to get kind of clear connections. We're worried about it's us versus them. What's happening right now. We're kind of looking to the sky for answers, kind of a thing. Oh, you're welcome, Pinky. Definitely get a hold of Jamie, though. She is worried. All right. So yeah, generally speaking, I think that everybody's really concerned right now, and I think he'd be a little foolhardy not to be. I don't want to say anything about, like, as far as what Spirit has told me about COVID-19, anything like that. What you do need to know is that there's a breaking point for everything eventually, and everybody right now is experiencing a mixture of all of the above. So sorrow, grief, pain. We're really coming into a time when we're going to be investigating those soul wounds in us, and we're really going to be trying to figure out, okay, yeah, I did all of this stuff. I became this famous person. I did this thing. I got this job, I got this guy, I had this kid, I wear these clothes, I do whatever, but ultimately it's because I'm covering up this thing. Well, this thing that's been tying you down is becoming more and more and more apparent, and that is happening for all people. Understand that. We're in a period of evolution, vibrationally speaking. It's not hard to guess that if you're looking at people posting, oh my God, I have to be with my kids 24/7 for like a month. How do I what am I supposed to do? You know, it's that feeling of there being a gap. And so now we're being challenged. We're having these direct situations being put into our faces. If we were people who weren't parented well, guess what? Now suddenly we're having to do all the parenting. And if we're people who don't trust in others, well, guess what? Now you're having to kind of rely on people, and you're really having to take a look at the situations around you. If you are a person who has troubles with anger, especially, this is a difficult time for you because you are wanting to take everybody up by the collar and smack them in the face in a line. Dominoes, just pew, 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 pew. Understand that yes, people are stupid, but not everybody is stupid just because they don't believe and don't agree with you. You may be right. You may be completely right about whatever it is. You may have all the proof. You may have all the facts. You may be showing everybody all this stuff, and they're just like, oh, interesting. Go on. You know what I mean? Like, they may not be listening to you, but understand that what you are saying and the things that you do say do matter. However, just because they're not listening doesn't mean that your message isn't important, doesn't mean that it isn't truthful, and doesn't mean that you're not right. Okay? There are a lot of idiots in this world. If you feel that, then just know it and come to accept it. Okay, say the things that you can, tell the people that you can, do the things that you can, but ultimately look out for yourself, because this coming astrology in April is really about coming to those situations in life that we haven't addressed. So unfortunately, if you're a person who's out of your emotions and out of your control, oh my God, I have my moods all the time. April 1st, smack dab, we're going to start on that, okay? That's going to move into your love life. That's going to move into your work relationships. That's going to move into your friendships. That's going to move into your exterior family relationships, aunts, uncles, cousins, things like that. Then that circle is going to come in. You're going to be dealing with your kids and your partner. And after that, we're going to hit not only Ceres, mother, but we're also going to be with Pallas, which is our father figure side. So if you have mommy or daddy issues, parental issues in any degree, or if you are currently one of those parents who is having issues with your children in these ways, shit's going to come to a head. We're going to have to deal with that. So right now, what you want to be doing is making sure that you're really kind of trying to focus on yourself, take the time to relax and enjoy things while they are, because it's about to get heated in about a month. Okay? So all astrology aside, and I think I will go ahead and post that link here. I'm going to go ahead and just comment the link for my website. If you don't already know, I do spell casting, I do tarot readings, I do all kinds of stuff. So here's my website if you want to check that out. And then I'm also going to be posting the link to April's astrology. So every month I am really trying to do a nice breakdown in a meaningful way of the transits, conjunctions, injunctions, things like that are happening as far as the astrological bodies and planetary bodies are concerned. So all of that gobbledygook condensed down, I do a monthly horoscope. And so that's kind of just like a generalized horoscope. It's one of those things where if you feel on about it, if you feel good about it, then it's something that, you want to keep coming back for more. If you are not particularly into it, then maybe it's not something you want to keep checking out. But I am going to try to post one of these once a month. So if you're interested and you get bored listening to me, go ahead and feel free to pop over to findyourdivinity.com there. And you can check out April's horoscope, because there is a lot of shit going on. So these two cards coming out is really like the status quo. We got a lot of angry people. We got a lot of people who are just kind of like, I don't know what the fuck to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And that general sadness is kind of pervading everything, which is why it's making it difficult to do readings. So that being said, difficult is not impossible, and I think that readings are super important right now. So If you guys have a question that you're thinking of, oh my goodness, I hope that you'll do this for me, go ahead and comment over there on the live chat. Also, if you can like and subscribe right now while we're in a pause here, my page, it really does help me. If I can get up to 500 of you guys, YouTube will pay me to do this stuff. So that's what I'm going for. It's slow going. However, the more you work on it, the better things get. So we just keep chugging. That being said, oh my God, did you guys see the newspaper reports where it was talking about the media reports? The newspaper is dead. The media reports about how U.S. citizens are running into Mexico for alcohol and toilet paper and water. It's a little apropos. Kind of funny and kind of sad, really, that people feel that pressured already, because when things do become short, right now we're not short, but when things do become short, it's definitely a telling tale of kind of the calamity that would happen, So let's all just hope and focus on things that are positive. That's why I've been really struggling with doing readings lately, because I don't want to do readings that talk about sickness, but that seems to be the general idea about things. So we do have a reading here. Queen of Fire is inverted. Somebody's been being bitchy lately. Do you see? Okay, Jessica, I didn't read your your question before I did this, so I don't know if this is for you or not. One of you, couple readers, will definitely resonate with this. You have been being overly bitchy lately. It's one of those things where, you don't want to be a bitch, but you kind of got to tell, because nobody else seems to be making any sense right now. Justice is inverted. You feel like things aren't fair, things are imbalanced, stuff is happening that's not supposed to be happening, and you were speaking up in light of that. The Eight of Air is inverted, and it talks about you releasing your bonds. So if you are in a situation where you have tried talking about it, you have tried speaking up about it, nobody has done anything about the thing that you're concerned about, you really see this as a worrisome thing, cut your losses, get rid of your job, find yourself a new career. Is that helpful to anyone here? Let me see, guys. I have a limited battery life, so I have to find something here to plug in lest I disappear. Here we are. Okay. 4 viewers. 4 guys. 4. I hope that that's helpful. I also had, move forward, progress, success, a change. Okay, so what else can we talk about that's not sickness? I don't want to talk about sickness. Nobody wants to hear about sickness. We're all here trying to do about something else. Let's talk about Ostara. So Ostara is coming up here in April. And Ostara is about celebrating rebirth. About celebrating the equinox. It's about celebrating the return of life. It's about celebrating the balance between light and darkness, okay? It is a resurrection, but it's more of a resurrection of life, right? It's about the grass is coming back and the trees are blooming and there's food and there's wildlife out and it's warm enough to be able to go out there and safely try to hunt these things, right? So for the primitive hunter-gatherer people, this is a time of renewed opportunity. We've made it through the harshness and the starvation of the hunger moon and the warm moon, and we've moved now into where the grass and the ground is now alive again, and there are creatures and there are things that walk upon it, and no matter who you are or whatever religious following you may take, the things of the earth are for the people who walk and shepherd the things of the earth. So it's always a big celebration when we have greenery, when we have a return to warmth. This also is a time of fertility. So a lot of pagan rites going on right now. You may be going to some of these parties and being like, hey, what are you guys doing over there? Well, don't be afraid. It's nothing unnatural. Of course, if you don't feel comfortable, please don't participate. And right now, considering the global sphere, maybe your best idea is to do some practicing at home. So how can you do that? Well, for one, the greatest thing that I can think of, the greatest symbol of Ostara that really helps a lot of pagan converts, really helps a lot of people in their manifestations, is the symbol of the egg. Pretty cheap, right? You can get a dozen eggs for 89 cents depending on where you are. And one of those eggs, just blown out the shell, poke a hole in either end, blow it right out of there. Just one of those eggshells can become an entire spell in and of itself. I also recommend doing egg cleansings at this time. So if you're not familiar with an egg cleansing or a lumpia, what it is basically you take an egg from the top of your head, okay, and you of course tell this egg something very simple. I will that anything that's attached to me that does not belong to me now is attached to you. Okay, just tell the egg that you're going to suck up anything that's not mine. Start at the top of your head and move this around. You're keeping contact with your body the whole time. You don't want to pull the egg off and do whatever, okay? And you want to make sure that you go down, up and down your body. But ultimately, you're trying to work in a downward direction, okay? You don't want to be like, okay, I look like the front of me is... No, be working as far down, as continuously far downward as you can, because that's pulling that energy down. And the more that negative energy is moving down, the more negative energy is attracted to move down, okay? So use that leverage to your advantage. Once you've cleaned, and make sure that you get the palms of your hands and the soles of your feet, you then take that into a glass of water. It's something that hopefully is blessed. It doesn't have to be holy water. If you have holy water, that's wonderful. Some people like to use thunder water because they're also hoping to break anything that may have come in with the egg. Some people like to use war water. Some people like to use moon water. Some people like to use water out of the tap. It doesn't matter to me. It matters to you and what you believe is most effective, okay? It's practicing my kitchen witchery, but the reading totally makes sense. Okay, good deal, Jessica. The tarot has a good way of doing that, but I always have to preface, I don't know that this is for you if I didn't read your question first. So I'm glad that tarot was reading your question and I wasn't, I guess. So anyway, you take this egg, right, after it's been all over your body, hands, soles, feet, okay? You take this egg and crack it into a glass of water, whatever the water is if you're choosing. And you look at the way that this egg reacts, okay? Is the egg floating? Did the egg move to the center of the glass? Did the egg directly plummet to the bottom of the glass, okay? This tells you a lot about how your lumpia went. If your egg is at the top of the glass and it's just straight up floating and it's not doing anything else, you probably want to do another cleansing because that is extremely rare and it happens a lot of times. I've noticed when people have work done on them that they're not aware of, okay? Middle and then bottom. So I'm not going to go into a full egg cleansing video here because I am trying to do readings as well. However, for that being said, you also want to look at the way that the albumin around the egg is reacting, okay? So if you're seeing a whole bunch of strings that come up in the egg white, that means that there's a lot of attachments. There's a lot of negativity that's in there. If you see that, you want to do another egg cleansing. If you see a black spot or a red spot in that yolk and you're able to clearly see that, that's a good sign that somebody's done magic on you and you want to repeat with another egg cleansing, perhaps a full uncrossing, praying the 25th Psalm, okay? Any of those things will help with that. But if you see a spot, think magic. Okay. Egg cleansing, wonderful way to do. You can eat eggs, you can bake eggs into things, you can make all kinds of stuff, make egg salad, whatever it is. Deviled eggs, you want to play a little bit on the wild side, throw some paprika in there, okay? Whatever it is it does for you, just find a way to celebrate. Because if you don't usually celebrate because you don't usually have the time, maybe you do now. Give it a shot, okay? We have another card coming up. We have two cards coming up here. One is Unity. It is inverted. This is led by Archangel Sandalphon. What this is telling us is that somebody is having a failed relationship. Your soulmate doesn't seem to just be so soulful anymore, and it doesn't seem like things are working out quite like they used to. You're wondering what it is and how to like deal with that, you have to understand that Six of Swords inverted is telling us that you're not finding victory right now. You have to have that conversation that you need to have. You have to be willing to accept that person's answers for what they are. And if you don't like them, you have to walk your path. Okay? Not trying to be mean about it, not trying to be dismissive about it, but so often we try to have an honest conversation with our partners. We do have that honest conversation. Our partners tell us honestly and directly something that we don't want to hear, so we ignore it because we don't want to worry about moving out of a relationship, this not working out. Oh my God, we got to stay together for the kids. And you ignore the truth of what they're saying. If you continue to ignore truth and to allow fallacy to propagate and live in your life, you're going to live in a dream world, baby. Things are not going to continue to manifest. Things are not going to continue to happen because you're living perpetually in this unmanifesting state, okay? If something is causing you grief, if your loved one is causing you grief, and you have tried to deal with this person, then I implore you to have that conversation, even if you've already had it, to have that conversation and to listen. Listen with your ears, listen with your eyes, listen with your heart, listen with your adrenals. When that person says something that's not true and you feel this up your spine and your asshole puckers and your throat closes up and your heart starts pounding because you know that that's not the truth, do something about it. Do not let people's bullshit keep blocking your paths. If you can stop that, you're going to find that suddenly, holy fuck, I'm doing really good. Holy fuck, I do have enough. Holy fuck, I can move. It's just that simple, okay? The binds that we find in our life, the limits that are created, the hurdles that we see in front of us are often ones that we manifest actively ourselves. If we have another person in our life also working on manifesting those things, what happens? You guys are really great at manifesting bullshit, okay? If you're tired of manifesting the bullshit, you have a conversation with your partner. You say, look, I'm tired of manifesting bullshit. I'm tired of doing this. I want this. I need this. I deserve this in my life. Make sure that they're reasonable things. And if your partner can't come toe-to-toe with you, grab your hand and walk in the same direction with you on that path, you don't have business together. And if you don't have business with your own partner in your own romantic relationship, what gives? Time for some consideration, okay? I hope that that was helpful to someone else here who was watching. I get heated about stuff, right? I get into talking about something and it's almost like I kind of go away and then spirit comes in, but I don't want to say, hey, I'm channeling because that's a whole different ball game than I get into. I don't have anything against people who channel. Please. Totally for it. If you are a person who can channel, then I admire you, and I think that you probably have a unique gift, okay? What that gift is a matter of debate, and as I don't channel, I can't practice or pretend to know, truthfully, the aura of those channelers. However, it kind of feels like that sometimes when I get in and I start talking about something, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh yeah, and that's the end of that. Well, then I go and I watch these videos later and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's really interesting. So I think that there's some sort of element like that there, but who's to say? So guys, we have 3 viewers here. I just got some comments from Jessica. I'm not really seeing much from anybody else. More than happy to do some live readings if you guys are interested, if you have a question. If you're not interested in a reading and you're just like, hey, I got a witch on my screen. What do I ask a witch on my screen? Go ahead. Pop it in there. Understand, though, that if you try and troll me and do some spam shit, I'm going to not be very nice in the comments. That's happened before. So please be nice, but feel free to ask me a question. Anything you've been wanting to know. I'm kind of a wealth of knowledge. I'm not the wealth of knowledge. I'm definitely not the smartest person when it comes to this or anything else in the world, but I do have a dedication. I do have a background in this. I do have heart. So if you're interested, if you got something you've been afraid to ask, I promise I won't bite you. Give a question to the questions below. Other than that, like and subscribe if you can this page. Again, 500 of you guys come together and tell YouTube that I'm awesome and they'll pay me. I'm just trying here. Also, truthful, right? I could be like, oh my goodness, together with 500, we can change the world. Well, to be quite honest, we totally can. But if I tell you that, you're going to be like, oh, hee-haw bullshit. No. Okay, so truth is, I am trying to get some sponsorship here. So if you can help me by sharing this feed, if you're not interested in reading, maybe some of your friends are. Again, free readings. You've seen people like what I have to say so far. Give it a try. Share my stuff, like, subscribe, keep an eye out. Okay, other than that, ask some questions. I want to talk to you guys. I want to know what's going on. I smoke this cigarette here. And I want to talk about this little itty bitty oracle deck. So this one I've popped out just a couple times. And this is Lon's Tarot. So I have not reached out to Lon yet, and I'm really thinking about it because I would like to. Because I talk about his tarot deck all the time, and I'm not sure that he knows how much I really love his stuff. So maybe after this video, I'll try to give Lon a shout out. But look at all of this imagery. So this man took some awesome keywords, inner peace, intuition, right? And he moved it into a very easy to read oracle deck. I love it. So this is a great beginner's deck. If you are the kind of person who's like, I really like tarot, but it's got so many definitions, I can never figure out what it actually means in my personalized situation. I'm one of those people who's like, well, what seems best for this situation? I got a good guide about it, so I feel good about it. But if you're one of those people who's like, this is not exact, this is not a science, I need something more concrete, Lon's Tarot. It has, boom, partnership. That's a pretty hardcore keyword. Spiritual guidance, teamwork needed, conforming to the rules. Okay? So this is like a mixture of those cards, right? The Hierophant, the Emperor, like all of these things are mixed up in this card here. High Priestess, she's all in here. The Hermit, they're all in here, but they're clear. It's a clear explanation of what this card is for. So if you are a beginner, if you're interested in oracle readings, doing some broad readings, or if you find it difficult to read yourself, these are the way to go. I found Lon's Tarot on eBay. I'm not sure how much it is or if it's even available now, but I do know that the guy designed it himself, and it's fucking fantastic. So go find it if you can. Also, you guys might find it interesting. I'm actually creating my own oracle deck. I've been in the middle of creating this for about 3 months now, and it's the Self-Care Oracle. So many people have like just what I'm talking about. You get a message from a tarot deck. Seven of Fire. This is wonderful. Defend your beliefs into decisions. Stand your ground. Choose your battles wisely. Seven of Fire. Okay? You get that kind of message, and you're like, all right, well, yeah, sure, okay. But what do I do about it? How do I do? What should I do about it? What do I do? Right? Okay, that's great information, but what do I do? What do I do with all this information that you've given me? Well, my oracle is about the do's. What do? Do you eat about it? Do you pray about it? Do you sleep about it? Do you go play about it? Do you dance about it? Do you slap somebody in the face about it? You know what I mean? It's all about the do. So that's going to be premiering in just a couple months here. I'm trying to move currently, so when I'm able to get that down and get everything kind of cemented with the guidebook, which is so important, right? When we get a new tarot deck, you're like, into the book for a little bit, and then over your cards, and into the book for a little bit, over your cards. The guidebook is so wonderful. I don't want it to be crappy when it comes out. So I'm really working on it. We are on the move for that, though. Okay? All right. Anybody have any questions? All right. I'm going to go calling once, calling twice, because we're at half an hour now. Excuse me, guys. Burped on film. Haha. Oh, that's funny. New beginning. Lon's Tarot is so perfunct, so on point, and so beautiful. I really do encourage you guys to go out and find yourselves a copy. Thank you guys so much for being willing to watch me. If you have any questions, again, you can find my services at findyourdivinity.com. If you're interested in readings, I do those as well. I also do personalized spellcraft. So if you see something that you're interested, but, is that quite for my situation? Shoot me a message, sayword@gmail.com, and we'll get together. Okay. Thanks, everybody. I super appreciate your attendance, and I'll see you soon. Bye.